Welcome to Acez Motivation, and today we're here with David Carr. He's been a friend of mine now for a couple of years. We actually work in the same line here.
Yep.
For me personally, I know that most of my subscribers out there know that I've been trying to make it a goal of mine consistently to go to the gym every single day and wake up at 4:35 in the morning and do something called the Miracle Morning. Now, I've had years where I've been very consistent with this, but to be quite frank with you, this year, 2019, has been more of a struggle for me. I've been doing it maybe 1, 2, 3 times a week, and I haven't been able to do it every single day. Now, David here, who's just freshly lost about 40, 50 pounds, he's been going every single day, and I just started going with him in the beginning of the year, and then I stopped going, and he kept going, and he actually sends me a text message every single morning going. Now, a couple of things you should know about David is, number one, he's 40 years old. Number two, he has some kids. He's married, he has the same full-time job I do, and he has a full family. And he's still able to do this, and yet I was making excuses of why I couldn't get into the gym at 4:35 in the morning every single day, and he's been doing it. I've never seen him more driven and more committed in his life, and is at 40 years old now, and he said he's the most driven he's ever been. So I just wanted to get him here in front of you to talk about what things triggered him to change and what's caused him to be so driven now to accomplish his goals, lose weight, be up every single day at 4:30 in the morning, and quite frankly, become an absolute machine, because that's what you've been doing. So thank you for coming out.
No, thank you. So a couple things. As Alex said, I do have a son. My son, his name is Garrett. He's turning 11 actually tomorrow. But something about Garrett is he is handicapped. He has cerebral palsy. So one of my big motivators, it started about 1.5 years ago for me, is I knew I was out of shape. I looked terrible. I felt terrible. I told whatever lies to myself, like it was no big deal. But I knew, I finally had that realization, he's getting bigger and I'm going to have to be there and be healthy enough to take care of him. It's not like it was he'll at some point in time be 18 and go off to college. That's not going to happen. He's going to be with me for the rest of my life. So I have to make sure I'm healthy enough for him. So the first thing, the big thing was I had to identify my why. Why is this important for me? Why do I need to do this? So that was my first big thing, is the realization. But if you only have one, like I want to do this for me, it's very, very easy to quit. It's very, very easy to make excuses because you're only letting yourself down. If you put it out there and have multiple whys, when you start feeling tired or hurt or injured, you want to quit. If you have multiple whys, multiple things that can motivate you, it's easier to pull from those to keep you motivated and keep you going.
So you're motivated.
Yes.
And your son's helping you stay motivated.
He is.
Which is great. So a lot of us have motivating factors out there. I'd say that my family's my motivation, but yet still at times I snooze that alarm and I don't wake up. So a lot of people have these motivators, but what happens next? You're motivated, then what?
Okay, so you get the motivation. The next thing is you got to have a plan. You can have the greatest motivation in the world, but if you don't have a plan on what you're going to do, you might as well just throw it out the window, because like I said, it comes very easy to quit. So how are you going to develop that plan? Everybody's different. Me personally, I had to get a trainer. Nothing crazy. I'm not meeting with them 3 or 4 times a week, but I meet with a trainer 1 day a week for an hour, and that trainer then gives me my workouts for the rest of the week. So I know every single day what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm going for. And this is when I first started, because at the end of the day, I know how to work out. I played college baseball, so I know I can go in there and get on a treadmill. I know I can go do bench press. I know how to do those things, but I'm not smart enough to know what I should be doing at each time that's going to get me the maximum results that I'm looking for. So the first thing I wanted to do was get someone, a professional, who could tell me and guide me down the path of the things that I should be doing. So I had to come up with a plan. So no matter what you're going to do, you got to have a plan. Hire a trainer, read a book, go on Google, come up with anything. There's so many things out there. You got to know yourself and what you're going to stick to. Identify your plan.
Right, so you got your motivator, you have your plan, and then you go into action. Now that's also great too, and I've had a trainer before, and I know folks out there have also had trainers before and had plans before, but then how do you stay consistent with doing the plan? And how do you not stop doing it? Because a lot of people out there, they do have motivators, they make a plan, and 3 days later, it's totally out the window, which is why the gyms are empty 2-3 months after the New Year's resolution, because everybody dies out. Typically, that's when gyms make the most money, is on New Year's. So would you give them?
I would just say identify what could derail your plan. So you came up with the plan, the trainer, or whatever. Identify things that will derail you and try to eliminate as much of those as possible. Now, obviously, we have everyday life. Things will happen. If you're not a morning person, don't make a plan that you're going to wake up at 4 o'clock every single morning.
That makes sense.
If you work till, like we do sometimes, where we work till 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, don't make a plan that I'm going to work out after work. Because the likelihood of that kind of stuff happening, it's quicker to derail your plan. What I would recommend is identify things that could derail your plan and try to make your plan around that. Now, obviously, life happens. Things are going to happen that are going to throw you off occasionally. It's no big deal. Don't get frustrated. Just get back on the plan. But just make sure you're identifying the things that can possibly derail you and try to avoid those at all costs.
We have a motivator, or internal motivation.
Yeah.
Then we make a plan. And then the third thing you said was focus on anything that could derail you or stop your plan from coming into play and get rid of it consistently.
Yeah. Remove anything that could derail it.
Gotcha.
Derail your plan.